Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hilmi bin Zainudin and I am joined today with my fellow group members, Mr. REDZUAN and Mr. KHAIRULNAIM, to discuss two main topics of occupational safety and health, OSH. So, the first topic that we are going to discuss is the role of OSH legal requirements in business management, and the second topic is the salient features of Occupational Safety and Health Act in Malaysia. Before that, I'm going to talk about what major OSH legislation related to the occupational safety and health matters for the industry. Okay, the main legislation directly related are Safety and Health Act 1994, OSHA 1994, and the Factories and Machinery Act 1967, FMA 1967. Which are enforced by the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, DOSH, under the Ministry of Human Resources. Okay, next. Okay, so DOSH is the government agency mainly responsible for administering, managing, and enforcing legislation related to OSH in this country, with the vision to cultivate OSH culture in every workplace and to make every job and task safe and healthy for the worker. DOSH is also responsible for ensuring the safety, health, and welfare of people at work, as well as protecting other people and the public from safety and health hazards arising from these work activities. Working sectors covered by DOSH include manufacturing, mining and quarrying, construction, hotels and restaurants, agriculture, forestry and fishing, and many more. Okay, next. So, back to our main topic of discussion, we are going to explain about the role of OSH legal requirements in business management through occupational safety and health management system guidelines. This guideline is to provide direction and assistance in implementing occupational safety and health management systems that can contribute to the protection of employees from hazard-associated risks and the elimination of work-related injuries, disabilities, ill health, diseases, near misses, and fatalities. This system contains the main element of policy, organizing, planning and implementation, evaluation, and action for improvement. Okay, next. Now, I'm going to talk about the first element of an ideal management system, which is policy. Policy includes development of the organization's OSH policy and practices that ensure active worker participation in OSH arrangement. This is the starting point for establishing a system by finding out regarding the OSH requirements that apply to the business. So what is OSH policy? An OSH policy is a written document that expresses the organization's commitment to employees' health, safety, and well-being. It is the effort taken to provide a suitable working environment which influences all the activities, including the selection of people, equipment, and materials, the way work is done, and how to design to provide good services. OSH policy spells out the measures to be taken and highlights the relationship of these measures with the other organizational objectives, such as quality or environment policy. A well-formulated OSH policy should be short and precise and be published by the top management and be made known to all employees. Okay, next. So these are examples of a clear policy statement for safety and health. That includes commitment to prevent work-related incidents, commitment to comply with relevant national OSH legislation and other requirements to which the organization subscribes, management's commitment to protect the safety and health of employees, responsible officers for occupational safety and health policy, and as you can see in this slide. Okay, next. Okay, now what about active employee participation? Employees' participation is a situation where employees are involved in some way with decision making regarding safety and health issues in a business organization. Every organization should encourage the participation in good OSH practices and support for its OSH policy and objectives. Okay, so how participation is to be undertaken? Type of employees participation may depend on the size of the organization. Employees participation may take place via three methods. One of them is OSH committee, where employees are elected to an OSH committee. Another one is OSH representative, which representatives are elected by other employees of the business. And the last one is holding regular staff meeting where employees have their concern. So now my friend will continue for the next role of OSH legal requirements in business management.
Okay, so I'm going to take over the slide now. So right after set up the policy organization, the organization need to organizing their policy. So these three is the main thing that can help your company to organize the policy. So the first one is responsibility, the second one is accountability, and the third one is authority. So your company need to clearly define a document and communicate it to respective employees so that every employee understand about the safety policy of your company. This policy will be a responsibility for everyone in your company to obey. To create something or to write some policy, we absolutely need a reliable source. So your organization or any organization should consider a financial and human resource. The next one is the technologies resource. And the third one is infrastructure and equipment resource. The fourth one is information systems and the need for expertise and training. In addition, the employer should appoint a person at the senior management level as OSH management representative. So next, an organization need to make sure their policy is competent to safely conduct or supervise work. So to make sure your policy is competent, you need a proper and adequate training managers, supervisors and workers. So they will be able to manage worksite hazard. Regardless of the size of the organization, training should be used as a tool to prevent workplace hazard or any possible injury and illness. In other words, you guys need up to date the training records, and the record should be kept for legal purpose and as a reference for future competency training. Every organization shall make it mandatory for every employee to have an OSH training. After the OSH training, an organization must have OSH documentation where it consists OSH MS manual, standard operating procedure, operation control, and form to support the documentation. Okay, so the first one that I mentioned is OSH Manual. OSH Manual broadly describe how to organize, how the organization will implement each element of the OSH and their interrelation. And SOP or Standard Operating Procedure systems, including control of documents, hazard identification, risk assessment and risk control, emergency prevention, preparedness and response, procurement, and contracting. There are three types of forms where it can be used to support your documentation. The first one is control document. The second one is control records, and the last one is maintaining records. So why do we need these records? Records are also necessary to demonstrate compliance with legal obligation. They can be used to assist in the implementation and operation of OSH and provide useful information that can assist in reviewing safety performance. Records also are proof or evidence that certain actions have been taken and may be used to verify that certain conditions have been met and action has been taken. The next step is the first point, initial review. So there will be an initial review where the initial review shall be carried out by employer with the assistance of competent person in consultation with employee and their representative. The result of the initial review shall be documented and it will become the basis for planning and making decision regarding the implementation of the organization. So next, I will give it to Mr. Naim.
Assalamualaikum and good night. My name is Muhammad KHAIRULNAIM. I will continue discussing about the role of OSH legal requirement in business management. Another role of OSH legal requirement in business management is evaluation. Evaluation consists of performance monitoring, incident investigation, audit, and management review. Next. Firstly, I'm going to discuss about performance monitoring. Performance monitoring provide a feedback on what is happening so that we can shape appropriate action to respond to changing circumstances. They provide information on what is happening around us, how well we are doing, what has happened so far, and as a warning of impending problem or dangers that we may need to take action to avoid. Okay, next. For the first element of performance monitoring and measurement, it should have to be used as a means of determining the extent to which OSH policy and objectives are being implemented and risks are controlled. Include both active and reactive monitoring and not be based on only upon near misses, work-related fatalities, injuries, ill health, diseases, disability, statistic, and it need to be recorded. Next. Second element is incident investigation. This is to establish, implement, and maintain procedure to notify, investigate, record, analyze, and document all OSH-related incidents, all work-related fatalities, injuries, disabilities, ill health, disease, and near miss shall be notified to the employer and or to relevant authorities in accordance to the national law for it to be investigated by the organization. In order to prevent recurrence, the investigation should determine the root causes of all incidents in order to identify the need for corrective action, opportunities for preventive action, opportunities for continual improvement. Next. The third element is audit. An audit program and procedure should be developed which include defining the criteria of auditor competency, the audit scope, audit methodology, and reporting. An audit program should be planned, established, implemented, and maintained by the organization based on the result of risk assessment of the organization activities and result of previous audits. An audit program should be addressed the following: providing the resources required for successfully implementation of the audit program, establishing and maintaining the selection, training, registering of the organization auditor, establishing control of all audit record, document, and their circulation and communication to relevant and appropriate party, and planning, coordinating, and scheduling of an audit. The fourth element is management review. The objective of management review is evaluating the need for changes of the OSH MS, include the OSH policy and objective, identifying action that is necessary to remedy any deficiency in timely manner, including adaptation of other aspects of organization structure and performance measurement. For the last element in occupational safety and health management system is action for improvement. Okay, next. Arrangement should include identifying and analyzing the root causes of any non-conformities with relevant applicable national law and legislation requirement, reviewing potential program and deciding appropriate countermeasure to stop the problem from occurring. Then the response and timing of such action appropriate to the nature and scale of the non-conformity and the OSHE risk and completed and documented. Next. Last but not least is continual improvement. It is for continual improvement of the relevant element of the OSHE MS. Arrangement for continual improvement should be established, which may include the following steps. Step 1 is analyze continual improvement element. Step 2, exploring opportunity for improvement. Step 3, create an action plan. Step 4, communicate action plan to the relevant person. And step 5, monitor implementation plan. Okay, next. Now we will move on to our next topic of our discussion, where I will share with you the salient features of Occupational Safety and Health Act in Malaysia. The objective of this act are to secure the safety, health, and welfare of a person at work against the hazard of another person's work activity. Second, to promote an occupational environment for a person to work which is adapted to their psychologies and psychological needs. Third, to provide the means whereby the associated occupational safety and health legislation may be progressively replaced by a system of regulation and approved industrial code of practice, and operating in combination with provision of this act designed to maintain or improve the standard of safety and health. Okay, next. REDZUAN will continue.
So I will explain the Regulation of Occupational Safety and Health Act in Malaysia. The regulation of this act include a general policy statement of employers' commitment to safety and health, outlining the overall philosophy and intent. A statement of the organization for carrying out that policy in an order management structure, showing safety and health responsibilities from top management to the bottom organization. The statement should include information on person in the organization responsible for occupational safety and health and their duties. The policy should also include information on arrangement made to ensure the policy is implemented. This arrangement should include safety and health, training, inspection, accident reporting and investigation, safety system of works, permits to work system, and emergency procedure. So this is the end of the forum. So I hope you guys can understand the main reason for an organization to obey these rules and regulation of OSH. Hope everyone is understand. Thank you.